Well, hello there. Welcome to my little corner of the internet. My friends call me Stripes, and you can too. I am a car camping, backpacking, jet-setting adventurer who loves being cozy at home. I am the jet-setting homebody, and these are my stories. I'm here to discover, explore, document, and share as much of this world as I can in this short life. Today, I'm excited to share with you an unexpected journey I recently took while driving down the stunning Oregon coastline along Highway 101. From the Washington border to the California border, all 340 miles of beautiful beaches sprinkled with lighthouses, small coastal towns, saltwater taffy, tide pools, and even some spooky history. I invite you to grab a yummy beverage of your choosing, get cozy, and enjoy. You are watching Jet Set Home. After spending the morning at the Devil's Churn area, I spotted a sign for the Heceta Head Lighthouse. I had just enough energy to stop and check it out. I wasn't sure I wanted to walk up the short hill to the keeper's house, now known as the Heceta Lighthouse Bed and Breakfast. I'm so glad I did. My time spent at this historic lighthouse sparked a love for these structures I didn't know I had. The history and lore of the Oregon lighthouses have me captivated. For more than a century, Heceta Head Lighthouse has helped seagoers navigate the Pacific Ocean's treacherous currents. The cape owes its name to Don Bruno de Heceta, who in 1775 embarked on a secret voyage for the Queen of Spain to sail up the west coast. Due to the onslaught of scabies, Heceta and his crew turned back just before the Columbian River, but not before he noted the shallow waters and rocky headlands that now bear his name. A quick note on the pronunciation of Heceta. I was feeling unsure of how to pronounce it, so I looked it up. Turns out everyone is a little unsure, and there are several acceptable ways to say this explorer's name. I have chosen to pronounce his name as Heceta for the rest of this video. It was a quick walk uphill to the keeper's house and gift shop where I learned the history of this beautiful lighthouse. On March 30th, 1894, the lighthouse cast its first beam. The first 8 years were trying times for the 3 lightkeepers and their families who lived in the community of Heceta Head. Many lightkeepers were unable to handle the sparse and isolating conditions and moved on. Headkeeper Olaf Hansen worked for over 15 years to make the lighthouse a sustainable community. Olaf started the vegetable garden, a schoolhouse, and the Heceta Head post office. Much changed in the 1930s when Oregon finished construction on the U.S. Highway 101, and the light station received electricity for the first time. Motorists frequently traveled up and down the Oregon coast, which ended the lightkeepers' years of isolation. Electricity allowed for partially automated lighthouses, ending the duty of one lightkeeper. The history of this amazing lighthouse continues through World War II and modern times, but I would rather talk to you a little bit about the ghost stories. I picked up Donna Stewart's book, Ghost Hunting Oregon, in the gift shop. This is what she had to say about her time spent at the bed and breakfast. Visitors are told, sometimes tongue-in-cheek, that the lighthouse tower itself is not haunted. In fact, I spoke with volunteers who, despite having experiences in or around the lighthouse tower, have been told to never say the word haunted in relation to the tower. But the strange and unexplained occurrences in the lightkeeper's house at Heceta Head have led it to being called one of the top 10 most haunted houses in the United States. For more than 6 decades, residents of the lightkeeper's house and guests of the bed and breakfast have spoken of unusual incidences. But don't let the ghosts scare you away. Rue, the most well-known spirit, is always pleasant. She does not invoke fear in guests, and they generally enjoy her company after the initial shock of realizing they are seeing a ghost. It is said that Rue was the wife of a lightkeeper, Frank DeRoy, in 1890. Some claim that Rue bore a daughter during her time at Heceta Head, and that the girl drowned at a very early age after slipping from a dangerously high cliff on the hill on which the lightkeeper's house sits. while others say she drowned in a nearby estuary. Yet others say there was no daughter at all. And if Rue was indeed the wife of DeRoy, no records or documents exist to verify either the marriage or the child from such a union. This does not mean that there was no marriage or a daughter, simply that the records of the marriage or the birth cannot be found. This was not as unusual as it may sound. The paper trail sometimes disintegrates with the passage of time. Donna Stewart continues by saying, after hearing of my team's investigation of Heceta Head Lighthouse, I cannot count the number of times I have been asked if it's haunted. The Heceta Head is the one location where I do not use the word haunted. It is rather apparently occupied by the spirits of a lovely lady and a few outspoken men. My personal encounters with Rue were friendly, sometimes mischievous. I still listen to the electronic voice phenomenon EVP recording of a woman's voice asking, "Who are you?" and "Who's there?" and "Take me to the water," and the recording of a man proudly stating his name, "My name is Frank Cole." And while the Oregon Park and Recreation Department empathetically denies that the lighthouse tower itself is haunted, my experience suggests otherwise. After climbing 150 feet up the trail to the lighthouse tower, I recorded a voice of an older man saying, with a laugh, "Are you alone here?" My time spent at this lighthouse did not involve any ghosts or spectrals of any kind. I did, however, enjoy sitting and watching the ocean, listening to the birds, and enjoying the beautiful view of the Oregon coast. I highly recommend this stop if you're traveling down the Highway 101 on the Oregon coast. Thank you so much for joining me on my adventure today. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. Special shout out to all of my patrons. Thank you so much for helping me continue to stay on the road. If you would like to join our little Patreon family, you can do so by clicking the link in the description below. If you find yourself continuing to show up for these little adventures and you have not yet subscribed, I would really appreciate it if you did. It really helps other people find this content. With that being said, I hope you all have a brilliant day and I look forward to our next adventure.